Now in this video, we're finally going to get a chance to open up a bottle of wine that is made at the 12-month distance. It's a bottle of lemon wine that we started 12 months ago. It's now time for that taste test. Hi, I'm Charles and welcome to DIY Fermentation, your site for doing fermentation on a shoestring budget. Now, some of you may know lemon wine as Skeeter P. Some of us don't. However, no matter how you pronounce it, lemon wine, even at the 6-month tasting, was pretty interesting. I actually kind of liked it. Liked it so much at the 6-month mark, even though it wasn't done, that I started a batch of lemon mead. Kind of curious to see how that's going to turn out. In this tasting, I can say that this was one of the very first wines that I made. And there were certain things that I did differently from this batch of wine that I now do subsequent for any other batches of wine, in that this wine only bulk aged for like 2 or 3 months before I had to bottle it. I don't do that anymore. I can now bulk age my wines for 7, 8 months before I bottle it, which has the added bonus of being able to clear the wines out very clearly without having a lot of sediment at the bottom of the container. This wine has been back sweetened. It was back sweetened, I forgot how many months ago. I think just before the 6-month tasting. So it's been at least 6 or 7 months since this wine has been back sweetened. However, without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, now from the onset, this wine is very clear, with the exception of a pretty thick layer of sediment that's floating around the bottom of the wine bottle. And again, that was due in part due to the fact that I had to bottle it early because I had to reuse those cardboards early so I can use those for another batch of wine. Beyond that, yeah, this wine actually cleared up very well. If I can just stop unsettling the sediment down at the bottom. But I'm not going to let that stop me because I knew that going in. So we're just going to get right to this one. And while I'm opening it up, there were no new members to report at this time. Memberships are an excellent way to help support this channel. Donations to the channel's PayPal account are also very, very appreciated. We are an Amazon affiliate, so if you wish to click on any of the links below, bear in mind that I do get a very small cut. It doesn't come out of the price of the item that you're getting, but it comes out of Amazon's profit, which is a good thing. Even right out of the bottle, that lemony smell just comes right through. Comes real through. I'm not going to pour a whole glass this time. I will later on. The little swirl test. Ooh. First thing that hits you is lemon. I'm trying to see if the alcohol, which by the way, this came in at 15.3% AVB, is, you can smell it. It's there. I mean, 15%. I mean, you can smell it, but it's not overpowering. It does not overpower that lemon scent. That's for doggone sure. Well, I guess the taste is in the tasting. So let's find out what's going on with this wine after 1 year. Couple of things. One, could have back sweetened it a little bit more. It's fine the way it is. It's yeah, that citrus notes comes through really clear. Whereas before, at the 6 month tasting, you were really starting to get some of those harsh notes because fermentation really had not been complete, or malolactic fermentation had not yet been fully complete. That process seems to have been fully completed. So there's none of that residual harshness on the back end. It goes down real smooth. Yep, a little bit more sweetness, I think, for my taste. It's almost, I sweetened it to, again, because I was doing my early batches a bit on the drier side. This is more like a semi-dry wine. A medium or a medium sweet, and this wine would be on point. Chilled, I think this wine would also be on point, even as it is. This is one of those wines that when you inhale the aromas while taking that first sip, it's really nice on the nose. It definitely will clean your palate. If you've ever had a lemon drop or lemon head candy, it's pretty much what this tastes like. It's got that bit of a sour note to it, and then the rest of the flavor just balances itself out quite well. Actually, this is actually quite nice. One moment. I can see now why this was one of my early favorites at the 6 month mark. This is definitely a wine I intend on making again. If that lemon mead turns out as well, it'll be kind of a toss-up as to which one I would make next. But since that lemon mead has still got several months to go, I think in the next, within the next 2 months, I'll probably start another batch of this. This is a wine that, yeah, I think I would like to have on hand after that 12-month mark. It's been a go-to wine that I would just reach for and pour me a glass, especially now that we're coming out, well, it's still springtime. We haven't hit the months of 90-degree weather yet, but when summertime hits this part of the South, then yeah, this would be a go-to wine to have. Just to have something a bit refreshing, that lemon essence to it. I'm going to try and restrain myself from pouring me some man-sized glasses of this because it really is quite nice. Yep, a little bit more sweetening. You probably will not be able to see it, although I might do a close-up later on, of all of the sediment that got swirled up. I mean, it's just yeast, so it's not that big of a deal. I was tempted to re-rack it prior to doing this tasting, but I figured that if it serves as nothing more than a lesson to let your wine bulk age for as long as possible before bottling, it's always going to be much better than trying to let it bottle age in the bottle, because it's just going to, unless your wine was super clear from the onset, you're just going to get that last residual remaining sediment settling on the bottom of your bottle. Some people don't mind it. I mind it a little bit, but then I come from when I first started of drinking my wines after the first 4 to 6 weeks. So, it's only because I got tired of all of that heavy yeast sitting on the bottom of my wine glass that I decided to, okay, just wait it out and let everything settle down. And I think that's paying off. Not in this particular case, but when this is clear, I think I prefer a much clearer wine without having to resort to the use of fining agents like bentonite or sparkle or anything like that. I think time is really the best way to just let everything just settle naturally. And unless you've got a pectin haze issue, it should clear up quite well. So without letting this run too long, my thoughts on this lemon wine, definitely, I'm making this again, okay? It's fairly cheap. I've got a lemon lime wine that's currently, I just bottled that. That's been bottled. It's still, I'm going to give it probably another 3 or 4 months of bottle aging before I crack one of those open. But yeah, within the next 2 months, I'm going to start another gallon batch of this. Might make it a 2-gallon batch, depending on how many bottles I've got available that I can spare for it later on. So there we go. 1 year, lemon wine, Skeeter P for some of you guys. Tasting, I think it's, I think the weight of the 1 year really mellowed out the wine quite a bit. It's definitely a wine you can drink from that maybe 9 month-ish to 12 months. But give it a full 12 months, and this is something that you can hand to friends and know that they're going to have a pleasurable experience. So there you go, lemon wine. Again, if you found anything about this channel noteworthy, worthwhile, please click on the subscribe button. I would appreciate that. I'm trying to hit 10,000 early next year. And I appreciate every subscriber that's clicking on that subscribe button. So I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be another taste testing, because I've got 2 more wines that are ready, the strawberry wine and the black cherry wine, which at 6 months had become my new favorite, although I don't know, between that and this, it's kind of neck and neck. So I'm going to give those a try probably the next 2 or 3 videos, and I'll see you then.